I really started to feel an itch. I really started to feel this calling. And I really want to use this show to build a community. I decided to make a pivot in my business. Hey, welcome to the divorce revolution. Now that even feels a little bit strange rolling off my tongue. And so you may have noticed something a little different. If you are new here, we have a new name, a new focus, but the same passion for transformation here on the podcast. If you've been a longtime listener of the Wellness Revolution, you may be wondering about this change. And if you're new here and you're wondering if you're in the right place, girl, stay with me because you are. Today, I am pulling back the curtain and sharing why I'm pivoting the Wellness Revolution, a podcast, you guys, that I have had for over 3 years, over 350 episodes, to now the Divorce Revolution. This isn't just a rebrand. It's a realignment with what I believe is my true calling, which is helping divorced women not just to survive, but to live their best damn life, to help divorced women turn their setback into their comeback. And so I want to dive right in and really just kind of take you along the journey of how I ended up in my business doing this complete transformation. So about 5 years ago, back, if you guys are new here or if you're not familiar with my story, right at the age of 40, this is really the total, almost midlife freaking crisis of my life. I was getting ready to turn 40. I was going through a very traumatic divorce for me. And I was also very unhappy in my career. I had an 18-year, very successful career in corporate America as a sales rep and just felt like so unsatisfied in that job. And that year really sparked a transformation in my life that changed the trajectory of my life. And so back then, about 5 years ago, when I decided that I wanted to start my side hustle, I really wanted to just better myself financially now that I was starting over as a single mom, going from 2 incomes to 1. And so I wanted to improve my financial stability, but I also felt this calling to just help other women. And I didn't really know what it looked like at that time. I can tell you because I was in the middle of my own shit. I definitely did not think, nor was I ready to help women in the divorce space, but I knew I wanted to help in some way. And I knew I wanted to help women transform. And so I've always been a huge lover of all things health and wellness. And so I decided to start a health and wellness business. This was my first online coaching business. If you guys know my story, you guys know that I dove in pretty quickly. And within under a year, I built a 6-figure business. I was able to even scale that even more and eventually replace my sales job. And I left corporate America and started doing this for full time. During that time, I became a board certified health and wellness expert, board certified health and wellness coach. During that time was helped hundreds and hundreds of women really to transform their life, transform their health, and really to achieve sustainable weight loss, really helping them to understand that mind-body connection and all of the things as it relates to just women over 40 and their health and wellness. And that's for so long what this show has been centered around. And about a year ago, probably the end of 2023, I really started to feel an itch. I really started to feel this calling. And if you guys know anything, if you guys have ever experienced any sort of calling in your life, you guys know that God, once you hear the calling, not only can you not shut it up, but it just gets louder. And I really started feeling this calling to go deeper in the way that I help women. And what really started coming up for me was helping women after divorce. I know for me, that was the event that changed my entire life. And I remember and I know how difficult it was for me and how much I struggled and how much I needed support back then, but I felt so isolated and I felt so alone and I felt like my married friends didn't understand and I felt so beat down and I felt so overwhelmed and I felt just traumatized. And it was next to my dad dying when I was 30, it was absolutely the most difficult thing that I've ever ever gone through in my life. And so I really wanted to start leaning into my divorce story. And so I decided to make a pivot in my business. And so if you guys have been tracking with me on social media for a while, you guys will see it really at the beginning of 2024 is when my business coach, who I've worked with for years, to do this strategic pivot in my business. And just like when I first started my online business, 5 years ago, it was really at the end of 2019. This is, I'm coming on almost 6 years ago. I didn't have all the answers. I didn't know what it was going to look like. And it was the same thing when I started this pivot back over a year ago of really wanting to lean into the divorce space. But I just knew that I wanted to help women. And so this eventually led me into what I believe is really my true calling. And it's helping women to achieve financial stability. And how I help women to do that is by teaching women and coaching women to create their own online coaching business. And you guys, I've done lots of episodes on why starting an online coaching business, and I can link some of them here in the show notes, but why starting an online coaching business as a divorced mom can be the perfect either side hustle or eventual full-on business and your career. There's so many factors, but creating an online coaching business for me, even when it was my health and wellness, it was the thing that helped me to move forward post-divorce. Not only did it help me to, start making more money, which helped to alleviate the stress and my, that financial independence, but it also helped my confidence. It also helped me to start leaning into something that gave me purpose, that fulfilled me, that lit me the hell up. And so that is why I am so passionate about coaching other women on how to do that. Now, I've also done lots of other episodes of, if you're listening to this and you're like, okay, yeah, that worked for you, but I'm not qualified, girl, you need to listen to some of my other episodes where I outline exactly why you're qualified. In fact, when I coach women, I really do take them through my signature program, Renew You, takes them from, hey, maybe I could coach. I don't know. There's maybe this is who maybe I'd like to help, but I have all these ideas and I don't know where to start, all the way to building out your business, creating your first offer and getting your first client. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of background and how this really evolved for me. And the last step, and I'll be honest, I really wrestled with this, you guys. I wasn't sure if I was going to change the podcast. I wasn't sure because you guys know, even over all of last year, if you've been following the show, you guys know I have been, weaving in, starting to really make this like natural transition with the podcast, talking a lot more towards just divorced women. And it was really towards the end of last year that I decided that I really just wanted to go all in on this niche because I know, and really go all in on making this podcast for the divorced woman. And it's because I know that so many divorced moms need support. And I want to be able to give it to you in so many more ways than just being able to consume content on YouTube or Instagram. I really want this podcast to be the go-to podcast for helping you to not just move on, but girl, move up in your life post-divorce. I want to really focus on those key pillars, those key topics for you that are going to help you to turn your setback, right? Your divorce is a setback. And I know that can be an understatement, but I want this podcast to be able to help you to turn that setback, girl, into your comeback, into your reinvention, into your transformational story, into your Cinderella story. So on this show, The Divorce Revolution, we are going to be hitting topics like identity and confidence. I'll be sharing topics and also with guest experts on how to rediscover self post-divorce, how to build yourself back up again, rediscovering your self-worth, and stepping into your friggin' power, girl. We're also going to be talking about mindset and emotional resilience. So we're going to be sharing topics about healing and releasing resentment, cultivating strength. We're also going to be diving into money and financial independence. So yes, I'm talking about managing your finances, building wealth. I'm not just talking about maintaining the lifestyle that you had while you were married. Girl, I'm talking about how to up level your lifestyle after divorce. We're going to be talking about career and business growth. I'm definitely going to be sharing tips with you on how you can start your own online coaching business as well. We're going to dive into relationships and co-parenting. So yes, I'm talking about navigating dating, friendships, and parenting after a divorce. There's no way I could do a show and not get into wellness and personal development. So yes, I'm talking about mental and emotional and physical well-being for a thriving life post-divorce. So you guys, even though we have a little bit of a new focus on this show, I am still deeply committed to your transformation. And I wanted to make this show more targeted support for your journey after divorce. So I'm going to be sharing real strategies for real change. If you guys know and have been listening to me, or if you're new to me, I am a no bullshit kind of podcast host. So I'm going to be sharing you, like I said, real strategies for real change. And I really want to use this show to build a community of powerful, badass women post-divorce. So just to share with you guys kind of what to expect as far as the shows, how we're going to be laying it out. So I'm going to be doing my weekly episodes every Monday. There is a solo episodes. These are going to be weekly episodes focused on your needs, your specific needs as a divorced mom. That's why I'm so on fire about this pivot, because I know that divorced moms have their own set of challenges. So I wanted to make this show specifically targeted to you. And on Thursdays, I'm going to have guest experts come in and cover the topics that I just went over with you guys. So practical tools for really leveling up your life, expert guests who get it and who have lived it. And I'm going to be sharing real stories of transformation. So you guys, I have 3 action steps that I really, really, really need you guys to do. It would be such an incredible, huge favor for me, because I really want to get this show in the ears and the eyes, if you follow me on YouTube, of as many women as possible who need this work. So there's 3 things I need you to do. 3 things. I don't ask you guys for much. Okay. I don't ask you guys for much, but I need you to do these things. I need you, number 1, join the damn revolution. So what I mean by that is I want you to follow or subscribe to the podcast. I think on Apple now, they don't say subscribe. I think they say follow. So head over to Apple and follow the show. I think on Spotify, you can still subscribe. And then I want you to share this with some divorced mom who need this. And I want you to leave a review to help others find us. So joining the revolution is those 3 things, you guys. I want you to subscribe or follow the show wherever you listen to it. Head over to YouTube as well, you guys. I've definitely started putting my attention this year on growing the show on YouTube. So head over there, share it with a friend, and please leave me a written review on Apple. You guys can also head over to Instagram and give me a follow. I am going to be running a contest. There's more details to come over on Instagram, but I am going to be running a contest to help me get the word out of this pivot of the show this entire week. So you guys head over. I'll also put the details of the contest, because I'm going to have different ways for you to enter in order to win some of the prizes that I'm giving away as we roll out this pivot for the show, this brand shift. Super excited about it. So check out the show notes. I'm going to have the details for how you can enter to win the prizes. Also follow me on Instagram, Ms. Amber Shaw, at Ms. Amber Shaw, because it'll be all the details over there. So that right there, that's what I need from you guys. Please just, again, so I guess there's really 4 things. Okay. There's 4 things. Go head over and subscribe or follow on whatever platform you follow the show, including YouTube. Check me out on YouTube. You get the full video on YouTube. I want you to share this with somebody who needs it. And please leave me a review on either Apple or Spotify. And then I want you to just check out the show notes for the contest details. So you guys, this pivot isn't just about a new name. It is all about serving divorced moms just like you, because I want you to know that divorce isn't the end of your story. Girl, it's your friggin' launch pad. Okay. Whether you've been here for a little bit, like since the Wellness Revolution days, or you're just joining us now, thank you so much for being a part of this journey. I am so freaking grateful. Every day when I sit down, or every time I sit down in the studio to go to record, I literally just have, my heart feels so full with how much gratitude I have that I have this platform, that I get to be in your ear week to week. And so remember, if this resonated with you, do me a favor, subscribe to the new feed, leave a review, and share this with somebody who needs to hear this, because together we're not just surviving divorce. Girl, we are revolutionizing it. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll catch you next time.